Hello everyone! Welcome to my YouTube channel. Again, this is Brindis. This is the part 2 of my video regarding kidney failure. If you guys watched my previous video regarding the issue about or the topic regarding kidney failure, so I want to correct, because in my previous video I said that it's been 32 years since I got my kidney transplant. Give a kidney transplant twice. That was 1999 and then 2016. Dialysis. It was really difficult. So the side effect, when you are in dialysis for a longer time, for many years rather, I found out that my legs, the bone in my legs or in my feet, it's beginning to be so skinny. Then I also lost my hair. I don't know exactly why I lost my hair, and because when I asked to my kidney specialist, they don't know. So I was kind of wondering what happened, because I lost most of my hair that time. The first 4 years when I was in dialysis, then my skin becomes so dry, and sometimes even though I am in dialysis, I get very bloated, my face, my shoulder, and I am catching also my breath. It's like you are, always catching your breath. That is the feeling when you have kidney failure. So I also experienced to have a peritoneal dialysis here at home. I started to go to connect my tube through the machine around 8 o'clock in the evening, and then I woke up 8 o'clock in the morning. So this time in between, you are not, or it is very difficult when you need to go in the toilet, because you need to turn off the machine and start all over again. So in my opinion, there is a negative and positive side in both procedure: hemodialysis and peritoneal dialysis. Hemodialysis, you need to go in the hospital. The nurses can take care of you and monitor your blood pressure, and after that, you're done. You will be able to do any things that you need to do, like for example, if you need to go to the grocery, just like a normal person. Or peritoneal dialysis, you need to have or to be home every night, so you will be able to connect yourself or the tube from your abdomen to the machine before you're going to bed or before going to sleep. The thing is, the negative side in my experience, because when you are in the machine, first it is very difficult if you need to stand up or go out from the bed. Perhaps you need to go in the toilet. It is very difficult when you are connected to the machine, because you need to turn off the machine and then connect your tube again when you're done. And number two, when you are using peritoneal dialysis, you need to, the liquid or the glucose rather, the liquid that you're going to put in the machine to clean your body, the liquid, it goes to your stomach. And for me, my experience, it is very difficult to sleep at night when you are connected to the machine, because it's like your stomach, it's so full all the time. So it's difficult for you to move around, to feel comfortable when you are lying down in the bed. And one more thing, number three, when you are connected to the machine, you have to lie always your back, because it is difficult when you move around. That is the negative side being in a peritoneal dialysis. But the good thing is, if you are going to go to dialysis during the night from 8 and you wake up 8 o'clock in the morning, then after that you don't have to worry. So that is the negative and positive being in a hemodialysis and in peritoneal dialysis. Because in peritoneal dialysis, you need to go in the hospital 3 times a week. That is the, number one, which is, sometimes it's so time consuming when you need to go in the hospital 3 times a week. Then number two, the good thing is, if you are using hemodialysis, it is, for me, in my opinion, it is safer, because the nurse can look after you when you are there in the hospital. But if you are using peritoneal dialysis, you are on your own for you to do in your household. When you finish, then you can settle down like you're going to bed already, and maybe you want to go to sleep, or you're finished. Then that is the time I connect myself, or I connect the tube from my abdomen to the machine. But the negative side of the peritoneal dialysis is you cannot go out of town easily, because you need the machine, unless you will bring the machine with you, a sacrifice. Because if you choose also hemodialysis, you need to go in the hospital Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like what I did. Then after that, Friday, you are free Saturday and Sunday. You have 2 days free. But in the peritoneal dialysis, every night you need to connect to the machine. So, guys, before I end this video, I hope that I give you some ideas. If you are diagnosed that you have a kidney failure, which peritoneal dialysis or hemodialysis. Like what I said, these two procedures has good effect. If you are in hemodialysis, you need to go in the hospital 3 times a week. You need to undergo, the nurse will prick your arms with the big needles, which is, even though you will put some anesthesia, but still, it's so painful. So, but the good thing is, in hemodialysis, the nurses can look after you. If something goes wrong, you can get help right away. So that is if you choose to go in hemodialysis. And if you choose, because mostly, hospitals will advise patient to choose peritoneal dialysis. Mostly, because that was also my experience. Because first I was in a hemodialysis. Then after a while, they advised me if I want to try to undergo a peritoneal dialysis. So, well, I was thinking about it at first. I was hesitant. But then I realized maybe it's good idea for me to try both procedure. Since I experienced already to use the procedure of hemodialysis. When you go to the hospital 3 times a week, you need to, endure the pain every time the nurse will place a needle in your arms. You see, I don't know if you can see very well. Look at my arms. It's already destroyed because I've been in dialysis for so many years, and my fistula or graft that they place in my arms sometimes goes wrong. So they keep changing or putting another fistula so that I will be able to go in dialysis, in hemodialysis. So that is why when I experienced that, because it's so painful, I'm sure you guys who already experienced this, you can relate my story. So that is why when my doctor told me, Brindis, perhaps you want to try to undergo a peritoneal dialysis, because peritoneal dialysis, you don't need to, they don't need to place a needle in your arms like what I have had in my past years. So I decided to try this peritoneal dialysis. That there's a tube in my abdomen, like this long, and then I have to connect that through the machine. If you want to know which one is better, number 1, hemodialysis or peritoneal dialysis. This question might comes to mind when your doctor diagnosed you for having a kidney failure. There is 3 ways how to be able to live a life as a normal person. Number 1, you need to undergo hemodialysis. Number 2, peritoneal dialysis. And number 3, you need to have a kidney donor, so you will be able to have a kidney transplant. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe in my YouTube channel, Miss Bryce 65 Vlog, and do not forget to click the notification bell below so you will be able to watch my upcoming video.